In this tutorial, I am going to explain calling JavaScript-based libraries or JavaScript functions inside the Blazor WebAssembly apps. This is a 3D pie chart created by using the JavaScript-based libraries. As an example, I am going to create this 3D pie chart by using JavaScript functions. Now let's start it. This is a Blazor WebAssembly project. I just created it with default settings. As I mentioned previously, in this tutorial, I am going to explain how we can call JavaScript-based libraries or JavaScript functions in the Blazor WebAssembly apps. As an example, I will use Google Chart Tools. This is the Google Chart Tools homepage. You can find it developers.google.com. There are many useful charts and their corresponding sources. As stated here, it is free to use. Now let's create this pie chart in the Blazor WebAssembly application. First, let's see the source code. This is a pie chart, and this is its corresponding JavaScript function. This is a 3D pie chart. It looks great. Therefore, let's create this 3D pie chart inside the Blazor WebAssembly apps. This is the corresponding JavaScript function for that 3D pie chart. Therefore, I just copy it. Temporarily, I will put this code in the notepad. Just paste it here. This is the JavaScript function to draw that 3D pie chart, and this is the AJAX API. Now let's start coding. First, I will create a scripts folder inside the webroot folder. Then I will create a JavaScript function to draw the 3D pie chart. Now I am ready to copy the JavaScript function to draw the 3D pie chart. As I mentioned previously, this is the AJAX API of Google, and this is the function to draw that 3D pie chart. Therefore, I just copy this portion and paste it here. Now, I have created the draw 3D pie chart JavaScript function. In the next step, I am going to call this function in the Blazor WebAssembly apps. In order to use this JavaScript function inside the Blazor application, first I need to import this AJAX API in the index page. Therefore, I just copy it, go to the index page, just paste it here. In the next step, I need to import this charts.js file. Now we are ready to use this JavaScript function inside this project. First, save it. In the next step, I am going to create a component to draw this 3D pie chart. In general, components reside inside the pages folder. Therefore, I will create a component in the pages folder. Now let's start to fill out the C# code portion and the HTML code portion. First, I will write the whole code including HTML and the C# portions. Then I will explain it line by line. Now I have completed the HTML and the C# code portions of this component. Let me explain it. First, Microsoft JS interpret has been imported, then injected AJAX runtime. After that, I created some HTML elements. Namely, we are going to display the 3D pie chart in the UI. Therefore, we need some HTML codes and controls. First, I have created a heading :JS from Blazor WebAssembly apps. Then I have created a button. When I click this button, the pie chart will be shown up. Therefore, in the button's onClick event, I have assigned this show chart function. I will explain it later. And then we have a line. After that, I created a container, namely a div container to hold that 3D pie chart. This container has an ID of chart container div. Actually, this ID also exists inside the charts.js file. Namely, it is here. Meaning, we are going to display the pie chart in a container which has this ID. Therefore, this ID must be consistent with this container ID. This is very important. Then I have created a show credit boolean variable. If this boolean variable is true, then I will show 3D pie chart created by using Google Chart Tools. This is a credit. Now, let me explain the C# code portion. It is easy understanding and it's very less code. It's only one function. Inside this function, by using JS runtime, I just invoked the draw 3D PieChart JS function. Then this is a message. That's it. In the next step, I am going to call this component in the side navigation bar of this application. Because we have a side navigation bar here, therefore I just copy this portion, paste it here, call the PieChart component just here. Label. Now everything is done. Before I run this application, I would like to summarize what I have done until now. First, I have created charts.js function. Inside this JS function, I have created a draw 3D PieChart.js function. Actually, this is the JavaScript function to draw the 3D pie chart. I got it from Google Chart Tools homepage. Second, in the Index.html file, I have called Google's AJAX API. This is the Google's AJAX API. Then I have imported the charts.js file. Third, I have created the PieChart component. I just explained it. Finally, I have called this PieChart component in the side navigation bar of this application. I just call it here. This is the label. Now, let's run this application. Actually, the application is running behind the scene because I have run it by using .NET Run. Therefore, it's running behind the scene. If I change something and save it, the application updated automatically. Now, let's see it. It is running. Let me refresh it. Okay, it's running. :JS from Blazor WebAssembly apps. And we have the show chart button here. Hopefully, if I click this show chart button, the 3D pie chart will be show up here. Let's do it. Okay, it works. It looks great. Let me refresh it again. Click it again. Okay, it is running. Thank you for your watching. Please subscribe.